Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Conspiracy Hub. Lately, there has been a report that there were aliens at the Miami Mall. What? Today, we're going to explore that, figure out the evidence. Okay, let's take a look at a local newscast that came straight from Miami to get a baseline of what was happening, and then we can talk about it some more.
A massive police response at Bayside on New Year's Day. Videos posted all over social media Monday night showed dozens of police officers swarming the area after the call initially came in as an active shooter. According to arrest reports, police say a large group of teens started causing a riot inside the mall and were lighting loud fireworks.
A little bit worried about the security in the area. I have a baby, as you can see, so I think it could be like dangerous for the families that visiting around here.
I heard what happened, I think, last night or New Year's in the downtown. So, yeah, I guess that was like a very dangerous thing.
Okay, so what we got is basically at this particular Bayside Mall in Miami, there was a giant police presence because there were a bunch of teens that were acting up, being foolish. There was even reports of gunshots and all this craziness. So to a regular person, that is case closed, okay? Most regular people would go, okay, well, that's it. There's nothing really else to talk about, except I'm not a regular person and neither are you, and that's why you're here. Here in Conspiracy Hub, we go deeper than that.
That's what she said.
Okay, so let's talk about what some other people experienced. I don't know how you describe the people that just did this interview. Did you see the way they were talking? I don't know.
Yeah, it was very dangerous, and
it's almost like they were told what happened and they were just like,
hey, do you have a response for this?
I don't know what to tell you, bud.
I don't feel like that is a good way for us to gauge the eyewitness testimony of what happened. So let's go a little bit deeper. There are videos on TikTok and YouTube of people who also claim that they were at Bayside Mall in Miami, but they're also claiming that something else entirely was happening that was different from the reports that the police gave. So let's take a look at those videos as well.
My name is Nadik, and I was also at the mall when I saw the 10 feet alien. I'm gonna give you my testimony right now. So what I saw, I was just standing in the side of the mall, and then I saw everybody running towards the center of the mall. As everybody's running towards the center of the mall, I went to try to take out my phone. But as soon as I got to my phone, I looked up and I see this 10 feet creature just like moving side to side. The images was like cutting in and out. It wasn't clear.
So shortly, let's discuss what a lot of people believe this creature or these creatures are in the first place. All right, so a lot of conspiracy theorists believe that the creatures that were seen at the mall in Miami on New Year's Day are called Nephilim. Now, Nephilim are supposed to be these mysterious beings that people in the Hebrew Bible are described as being large and strong. Some describe them to be 7 to 10 feet tall. They're described to be giants, and it goes a little bit deeper. They're also described as the fallen ones, meaning that basically they come from the relationship between fallen angels and humans, and there's a whole lot of lore behind them. Anyway, if you come to the images on Google, you can tell that there's not a whole lot of real images of Nephilim. It looks like just a bunch of rendered drawings and stuff like that.
So basically what happened was I was there with my brother Brian, and my sister and my nephew. We were looking for shoes for my nephew. And then we see a whole crowd of people outside the store, just running out in a direction. So, you know, as soon as we saw it, we were like, oh shit, you know, what's going on? So we immediately ran out with our nephew, and we picked him up and we ran out and we followed the crowd. And then about like a few seconds later, as soon as we started running, my nephew, he's autistic, so he was pointing behind us and he was saying blanky, which he'll usually say whenever he feels unsafe or scared. And he was pointing behind us. So me and my brother, we looked behind us, and then we see these 3 9-10 foot tall creatures. I'm not gonna say aliens. Everyone keeps saying it's aliens. I'm not saying aliens because I don't know what it was. None of us really knew everyone.
Okay, so we now have a report from an eyewitness who was there with his nephew and some other people that he's saying that when he was there, he was running with the crowd. So the crowd seems to be a common denominator here that everyone agrees on. There was a crowd, it was a rush, it was crazy. But where this story now differs, and other people have agreed with him, that there was some type of being. We're not gonna call them aliens, we're not gonna call them anything like that, but there were beings there that were 7 to 10 feet tall, which, by the way, is another kind of common denominator with people who've seen the event in this direction of these beings. They always describe them as being 7 to 10 feet tall, really large beings, and there are some other videos we'll go over as well describing what they look like. But he started saying that they were glitching out, that they started looking strange, something wasn't right. So let's look at another videos to see some more eyewitness testimonies of this event.
Not only did this gigantic mall shut down, cut all power, and cut power to surrounding residents, and stopped air traffic control, the people inside said they saw these giant monster-like creatures. And some people even describe them as disfigured aliens. But what makes it even worse is that all the footage from inside of those shops in the mall is completely gone. And the air traffic complained they were having issues when the whole incident occurred.
Now there it is again, another person talking about these alien beings, these creatures, 7 to 10 feet tall, really grotesque and weird looking. Okay. So we need to get to a baseline here of trying to figure out some of these pieces of evidence. Where are we going? Okay. She now is talking about there was air traffic control issues, which if we can find evidence of this, we could probably figure out some more validity behind the accounts of the aliens or creatures, okay? So if we can find evidence that there was really an air traffic control issue, that would then bring this problem way further out than just teens fighting in a mall. So let's look for that now. Okay, so I can tell you immediately that it's very difficult to find any evidence at all regarding or pointing to the fact that the air traffic control for the Miami airport was disrupted in any way or something was going on. Everything that I found so far really has led me down nothing. It's a nothing road with a nothing sandwich. I'm not entirely sure what exactly she was pointing to or why it happened, but from every single article I'm seeing, and I'm talking about legitimate article sites to, private article writers and video makers, no one is really talking about the air traffic control situation at all. Now, I was hoping to find something, but I didn't find anything. Now, that doesn't mean that those creatures weren't there, all right? But we do want to point to some facts real quick, okay? So let's figure out the facts. The facts are that there was a disturbance at this mall, okay? We got that. The facts are that a whole bunch of police officers showed up. Now, a discussion about the police. People do not believe that 50 to 60 to 70 cop cars would show up for a disturbance as small as a few kids at a mall fighting, right? I mean, I'm from a certain area where, if a bunch of kids are fighting, you'll probably have 5 or 6 cop cars, but that's pretty much it. Once those teens see one cop car, that's enough to make everybody run. So 50 or 60 cop cars is a little excessive, but we are talking about American police, so excessive is the name of their game. Now, we also need to discuss what happened when everybody was running, because that seems to be where everyone is kind of getting, mixed messaging. Were they running because there were gunshots from the kids? Were there gunshots from the police officers trying to shoot these beings? Was everyone running away because these beings were threatening and scary and ugly? So that's why everybody was trying to go in the opposite direction. Nobody knows, right? There is a slide here of a person who has photo evidence of the aliens, of the creatures, okay? So let's take a look at it real quick and see if we can find anything. All right, so here's a slideshow of some of the photos that they said that they've captured from this event. So apparently this was the head, that's the body, these are the legs. This is what the person is trying to show us, that this is supposed to be the alien, okay? So let's press play. Let's go through some of these slides. All right, there's the head, the body, and the legs. Let's keep going. Okay, I am not sure. I guess that's supposed to be it. That looks like a cactus. I'm not sure. I don't know where the alien's supposed to be. Okay, here's the same picture again. Head, body, and legs, okay? And last one, I'm assuming that's supposed to be head, body, and legs. Here's my only problem with this. We are in 2024. You cannot convince me that someone didn't take a better picture than this. So at this point, whether they're Nephilim or really large alien beings, we're not sure. In fact, every single account that I've seen so far, nobody has given a standard account for exactly what they think these beings are. However, there is a pretty common denominator of 7 to 10 feet tall. They were no hands, no feet. I thought that was interesting. No hands, no feet. And some people, a lot of people actually, were saying that they were floating, that they weren't walking 2 feet, they were floating, okay? So out of all of this, I thought was kind of insane. So I dug a little bit deeper and I wanted to see what the police had to say about it. Because if there were 50 to 60 police cars, the police had to think something was going on, right? I mean, what did the police say? Let's take a look. So according to NBC News, the cops said, LOL, haha, there are no aliens here. Despite memes and a flurry of speculation online, the Miami Police Department ruled out aliens as a possibility. Wow, what a surprise. Who could have seen that coming? Anyway, so, wow, that's one of the memes. But while many responses online appeared lighthearted, the posts show just how quickly and easily misinformation can spread on social media. The response also underscores an uptick in interest in extraterrestrial activities, blah, blah, blah. I think, and this is my problem, okay? A lot of people are taking stock in what police officers are saying, right? They're like, well, if the police were there and they're saying there were no aliens, then there must not have been aliens. But a lot of you out there may not. I mean, if you're a conspiracy theorist and you're watching this channel, there's no way in the world you could believe police officers, right? Am I tripping? You guys actually believe what police say? Oh my God. In fact, no. There's actually a video that just came out recently about how much lies police tell and the justice system as a whole. I'm gonna play that video for you real quick.
Can someone tell me why the entire world is not talking about what is happening at this prison? If you don't know, they have found 215 prisoners buried in graves behind a prison, and they told no one that their family members had died. The reason it was found out is a woman was looking for her son. Turns out he was ran over by a police officer, and they just drug him into a hole, which they made the prisoners dig, and then they buried him without telling anyone. They did this 214 more times. You think that's the wildest part? You think that's the wildest part? That prisons and cops are just murking people? No, we're used to that. The craziest part is for these people's family members to get proper burials, they have to buy the bodies back from the prison that killed them and buried them.
That report just came out recently about a prison in Mississippi where they were just killing the inmates and just burying them in the back. And trust me, there are many more stories and court cases of cops lying all the time. So for me, watching this whole thing happen, I saw some of the clips, I saw some of the videos. To me, I think I do believe that something showed up. Do I think it was an alien? Do I think it was like some being from another dimension? It's possible because there were some videos that I thought were kind of convincing. There were others that I didn't think were so much. But I do think something happened. Do I think that it was aliens? Do I think that it was like some demon thing with no hands and no feet? Not necessarily. I do think people saw something though. They might have saw something, okay? So although a lot of you might disagree with me, I will say that between conspiracy and cap, this one is starting to feel very conspiracy to me. It is. I think there is something. Cops lie all the time.
What? No, dude!
Cops lie all the time. And most of the accounts that I've seen from this event, the people who do not have badges are telling us that there's something freaky going on and something weird happened and things showed up at that mall. But everyone with a badge, for some reason, I guess not a surprise, doesn't believe that anything happened outside of a bunch of teens fighting at a mall. So I think something was there. I do believe that there was something at that mall, but the cops just aren't gonna tell us. They're not gonna tell us. Now, I do need people to have better phones. Why are we still taking pictures?
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Why are we still taking pictures on Motorola's? Like, what was that picture that I just saw? Like, we are in 2024. There has to be better phone images, better video quality. But I guess at the end of the day, it's funny because people were saying that the reason they couldn't get good image quality was because the being or the monster was disrupting their electronics. So there are eyewitness accounts of people saying that they tried to use their phones, they tried to use their pictures and video, but it wasn't working, right? If you're a conspiracy theorist or you've been, listening to conspiracies long enough, you already know that there are plenty of accounts where, there'll be airplanes or cars or any electronic device that'll go on the fritz or stop working because there's some type of disruption in the electromagnetic sphere around that device, right? We've heard of that before. So would it be so surprising that there will be creatures that are there that are disrupting people's phones and tablets and videos and pictures? I do believe, I truly believe that is possible. And again, I do have our cap on sale right now. If you go to the description below, you can get yourself a cap. So if you think that this conspiracy was cap, you can just pop it right on and let me know in the comments, all right? But anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you guys come back for more. I got more theories, a lot more conspiracies that you guys will enjoy. And I appreciate you subscribing and liking and sharing. Please make sure you like this video. It's gonna really help the algorithm and bolster us so that more people can know the truth. So thank you all again so much. I hope you guys have a great day. Better tomorrow. God bless. I'll see you all later.